My painting today is called The Northern Lights. My paints today is fluorescent blue, fluorescent pink, white, light magenta, dark magenta, and medium yellow. My paint brushes is a 10/0 liner brush, a number 10 flat brush, and a number 12 Filbert. Some Mod Podge and some glitter. So my canvas today is 8x10, and on my palette I have fluorescent pink, yellow medium, and fluorescent blue, and then I have white with each one, and then some extra white in case I need it. I'm using a number 12 brush, Filbert brush, and I'm just going to wet it a little bit and then just kind of dab it on my paper towel. And at this point, I think I'm going to pick up some pink first. I'm going to pick up. So what I'm doing, let me just show you. I'm just picking up pink and white. I'm just kind of mixing it together because I want it kind of like colors, and I can just put it anywhere. Just wherever it goes is fine. And I want my whole canvas filled up, so that'll work out just fine wherever it goes. And it comes off real bright pink, but when you add that white, it kind of tones it down a little bit. And if I want to, I can do some on the sides, so I can just, whatever color I'm coming with, I'll just kind of fill in with on the sides for myself. And when I come through, if I see that it didn't cover my canvas as well as I want, I'll just come back in there with another little bit of something. I'm just kind of rubbing it on there. And that's just a bunch of blotches in it. I'm going to wash and dry my brush. So now I'm going to pick up my blue and my white. I'm going to do the same thing, both colors together. And I'm going to just come up here and put my colors, and I'm laying it over so that if it makes some different colors, that'll be perfectly fine with me. And I'm going to get my sides as well. Just rubbing it in. Let it go where it kind of needs to go, and getting some blue on here and some purple going. We rub into each other, that's perfectly fine, because that's what I want it to do. I'm just coming here and getting these sides. And if it's too dark of a blue, just add a little more white to it. And then I'm going to come down to the bottom and do the same thing. Just anywhere you want to go. Put a little blue in here, be fine. And I'm just not, there's not a lot to say because you're just mixing it together. You know, of course the blue and the pink makes purple, and so that's what's going to come in there. It's going to be fine with me. And then I'm just going to grab some more blue right in here. And I'm trying not to make straight lines. Some, I might put some little flicks in there like that. That's not going to hurt anything. Now I'm going to wash my brush, and I'm going to dry it, and I'm going to come in with the yellow and white. And I'm just going to mix these colors. That makes it a little darker than what I want. I could, like I said, bring white in there, but I'm just going to rub it in there, and I'm going to have some green and maybe some peach going on. And if it didn't make enough peach for me, I can always add some, mix some pink and yellow together to get some colors going on there. The good thing about this, it doesn't matter where you put your colors, just as long as you get your colors on there. You can put them over each other. Just get some different colors to come in there. And so all I'm doing is just getting, and if I don't, right there we got some orange going on in there, peach, when it dries a little better. It's wanting to pull off a little bit, that's why I went on there. So we've got some green going on here, we got some peach going on in here, and we got some grape purple going on in here. I'm just going to add a little white to this to get it a little softer in color. I think I'm going to wash this, and I'm going to make some, I'm just going to take a little bit of the yellow and a little bit of the pink and some white, and I'm just going to make a little peach color. So here is, I just took some of my pink and my yellow and a little bit of white, and I've got a peachy color here going on. If it's too peachy, we can always do something about it. Let's just put a little peach in here. I don't like that. I think it needs a little more. Let's put a little more pink to it. Just putting in a little more of the color. Okay, and I'm going to wash my brush. Let's have a lot of paint on that one because I mixed. And I'm going to pick up some of my blue and white again, and I'm just going to come in here and throw this in. Okay, that's all I'm doing. Just putting some And if I think that looks like mud, I can always come back to it. My peach didn't get as peachy as I wanted, so I'm going to pick up some of my pink and come in here and just do some rubbing. Because I like pink. And I'm just picking, basically just picking up pink, no white with this. And the good thing is when it dries, it's going to be a lot, I like the color of it. Alright, I'm going to pick up just some pink right in here. And just rub that in. And it's got more peach to it. Alright, so that's kind of wild looking in it, but that's what I want. Oh, I've got one spot here that I didn't get, so let's bring in some, let's do some more blue in there. Okay, I'll just rub a little bit into our pink so we can get some more purple. And I'm going to bring in a little bit of that blue right down in here because I want to make this in some green, put some green in here. So our yellow and our blue is going to make the green that we need for it to blend in together. There we go. Okay. I like the yellow, but I like to have some of that green in there too. So, and that's the good thing, you can just mix it. Okay. Alright, that needs to dry. You can dry it or you can just let it sit and dry, whatever you want to do. I'm back with this and I'm seeing a little bit of white in here, so I'm just going to pick up some of this pink and white and just kind of come in and fill it in. And I think right in here a little bit. And in here a little bit. I'm just going to pick up some of the white and pink. Because we want, I don't care if this color is good, so I'm going to come in here again with some of this pink and white just because I really do like that color and I want my sky to represent that. And if I wanted to make some purple, I can just grab a little blue and a little bit of pink and get it to the color I want. I can always come in with just a little purple here and there. I don't think I'm going to put a little white with it. So, okay. And again, this is going to have to dry because I'm playing again. I just seen some spots that needed a little, like right in here. I'm just going to pick up, use my same brush, and I'm just going to bring in a little blue in here. And like it needs another. Some places just need a little bit more of the, especially of the blue, because it's light, and I don't want my canvas to. Up here needs more coats because we're not going to have other stuff coming that far up, I don't think. We'll see. Okay, so at this point I just want to let this dry. I'm going to start out with just the light magenta, and I'm still going to use this number 12 Filbert. If this is, let's see, if this is halfway, I want to come down, let's see, let me get my halfway mark again. I'm going to come down about a half an inch. This does not have to be straight, but if I want it to be, I can just take a, you see me dab. I can dab it over here, so I'll get the basic idea of where this is going. I'm going to come, I'm just going to draw a straight line, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It just, this is the lighter color, so I'm going to be doing some more stuff to it. That's okay. and I'm coming off my edges. I'm going to leave about an inch. If this is halfway, I probably come 3/4 of an inch past it. And then I'm going to leave about an inch. And then I'm just going to fill in with my lines. So at this point, I'm just going to, I'm going to come right in here. And I'm going to try to come up to about along in here if I can. With just some, I'm doing some trees. That's all, my forest. And I want to make it smaller as I come down. Okay. And if I see that I want to make it a little thicker up in here, I'll just bring some more paint and make it a little thicker. Okay, and then I'm going to come over to this side about middle ways, come up, and just start pulling up. There we go. I'm pulling down too because I'm trying to get it to fill in, but that's okay. And then I'm just coming off. I'm going to come off my canvas just so I can see it, you know, so it'll be wrapped around. All right, and then I'm just going to bring my trees down a little bit. I'm not going to bring them down as much. This is my reflection in my sun, and that's, I need to bring some of these up just a little bit. And we can bring this down a little lower. And there is our woods. Same thing here. We'll get some more of this light magenta. Okay. Now, at this point, I'm going to make this like a little river here. So I'm going to just pick up this light magenta, and I'm just going to, like icing a cake, sideways. And I'm bringing it on off of my canvas. And of course I want to follow through, so I'm just going to come back about that inch, 3/4 of an inch, something like that. And I'm just bringing in my, this way. Alright, so there'll be a purpose for that. We're going to close in this place just a little bit here. I'm just going to kind of start tapping some, because this is not a summertime picture. This is more of a wintertime picture. But I'm just tapping in some of this light color magenta to give us the close in. I'm actually going to bring it, I think, on around a little bit. I'm just going to bring that down a little bit right there. I'm not coming all the way in here, so I still have my water. And that's wild looking water, I know, right? Okay. Again, I'm going to tap my sides, and I'm just going to come in and put some on this side here. Okay, there we go. Now, that needs to dry just so that I can go with the next step. But I'm going to use my yellow and my white, and I'm going to pick it up on my finger. And you know me. Let's see. We'll bring it right in here. Here's our sun. And then we'll just bring a little bit of something in here just to give it a glow on the water. And there will be, if we need a little more white with that, we can always put some more white in here. And we can do some more white on this part. So it'll give it that little glow. So about not too little. I mean too there we go. So this hopefully is dry except for all this part. I've got my number 12 Filbert, and I've got dark magenta on my palette. And here's where I'm going to start bringing in some more stuff. I'm going to come back over these trees. It's just going to make them a little darker than what they were. And that's what I want to do. Just filling in with our woods. There we go. You can actually take some. We could, if we wanted to, make them a little, some just kind of stand out a little bit more. That's up to you. But, you know, that's our woods in the back. And so if I wanted to. And I kind of like that. I really do. I've done enough Christmas ornaments that I've done this a few times. Alright, and I'm just bringing down some more of the darker. Again, if we want to just bring in some of that, a few of those, that's fine. And again, we're just bringing in some of this is going to get covered up anyway, so it doesn't much matter. But that gives you, you see the darker in there. So we had the northern lights, but we never got to see them. I didn't know you. My daughter-in-law was saying you had to do it on the camera at nighttime and do something. That's how people were seeing them. They never saw them. They didn't stay up. You know, when you got 4 kids, and I'm getting older. By the time it's bedtime, I'm not staying up to 2 o'clock in the morning to watch the northern lights. I'm sorry. I just can't handle it. And then we're going to bring this one down. But if you got to see the northern lights, that's wonderful. Leave a comment in the comments below and tell me what colors you've seen. I've seen some pretty pictures, I tell you. Some was, a lot of them was just pink. And then some, I seen one on the beach, if it's really real, that was, had some green in it. Now, I'm going to pick up my dark magenta, and I'm just going to start tapping on this lighter magenta. And like I said, I'm trying to do the sides too, because I want to come in with some of that. It's just tap it in, just to, I'm not killing all the lighter one in there. I'm just putting some of this down so that we'll have it for other things. Okay, and then same way here. I'm just going to come up in here. It doesn't matter. I am going to come up in here because I'm coming up in here and just laying down some bushes. And you will see that as we paint what all we're doing. So, alright, so I'm just, because there's more, we got more things going on now. We're just using simple colors, and we're just adding more and more stuff to it. There. So if you can see my sun there. You can see my, well, it's a little lighter right there. I'm going to bring in just some white right there, because I think that is really a little, there we go. That makes it pop out a little bit more. Yeah. So that's good. Alright, so we're still coming back in here with my magenta. I'm just coming along in here and tapping. I'm just going to come over a little bit. Doesn't hurt anything. And we're just all about this line, that where it connected to. Let's go in here and tap some, because we're going to not kill it all. We're just, because we're coming with another layer under here in a little while. our water has just got that beautiful sky coming down on it. Okay. You know what I'm going to say. It's got to dry. It's a drying process. We can layer it, but we need to keep letting it dry as we go. So I'm going to get out my blow dryer and I'm going to blow dry mine. Okay. So it is dry. I think that sun is dry, but I know the trees is dry. So we're going to add another color. We're going to come in here with some black. Okay, so this time I've got my 10/0 liner brushes, which has gotten paint all over it, and some black. And I'm just going to stick my paintbrush in my black and get some water on it. First of all, I'm going to put, let's see, let me think this out now. Yeah. I'm going to put a cabin here. So I'm making an A shape just to decide where I want it. I'm going to give me a line, and I'm going to give me part of another A. So that's part of our cabin. And then we're just going to come down. Go past that a little bit. Then we're going to come down here, and then we'll bring this one down. And we'll go across. And then we're just going to fill in with black. And of course we want to give it a little chimney. So there that goes. You could do a brown cabin if you wanted to. I'm just choosing to do the black. So we got one there. And now we're just going to make us a tree here. We're going to, I'm going to pick a point a little over the, let's go right along in here. Kind of reminds me of a witch's hat. And then I'm just going to fill it in. Now I'll have to tell you, I do ornaments like this, and I'll try to remember to show you one at the end of this video. But I showed it to some people I put it on Facebook, and one of my viewers told me I should name it Northern Lights. Well, I'm not naming the ornaments, but I'm trying this painting, so I thought that's a great name for this painting. So thanks to my YouTube watcher, Facebook friend for giving me the idea. Alright, so I'm just bringing with this very fine brush, I'm just making me some trees. And if I need more water, I can get it, because I want it kind of runny. Oops, I don't know what that was. So I got too much water on my brush. And then I'm just going to bring it in. I'm going to do some wiggly. Some trees are smooth, some are wiggly. I'm not doing a lot of here because we're going to be covering up a good bit of this too. So, but it's under here so we can at least see that we have made us a tree. Let's go to this one and just make him wiggly. Sounds like something I would tell my grandkids. They're wiggly. And this is one of those things I've told y'all many times. When I do a tree, I can just get lost in doing it, because to me it's just so much fun. And of course your trees can cross over each other. That's going to be perfectly fine. Right, and I'm just coming, it's just so gentle. Light-handed is what I'm trying to be. And we can put some more limbs down here. This is just, like I said, I can get lost in it. I've told y'all that. It's just so much fun though. There we go. There's that tree. I can make it tall if I want to, but it's far enough. It looks like it's back there, so I don't want to do any more to that. All right, so right here we're going to come with another little cabin. We're going to make the A-frame. Bring our line back. Make half our other A-frame. Looks like a swing set almost, or a sawbuck if you're a builder. And we're just gonna fill this in now. So I just want to tell you, if you are interested with my Christmas ornaments, I now have a I'm now on Etsy. I've opened an Etsy account store, and so you'll see the name of it, but I also have it linked below, and you can visit me on the website. You can check us out on Facebook. We're on Shumperts Hill on Facebook, and we are on the and have Etsy now. So I hope y'all come check me out and say hey. Alright, I'm coming back here. I'm going to bring this down and curve it just a little bit. Come back up, curve it. See, I told you it looks kind of like a witch's hat. And then we're just going to kind of fill this in. There's our base of our tree. And if I want my tree, I'm going to have to probably put a little more water with my you can make your tree stump as wide as you want. I have a little more water. I've used up all the watery kind. My ink part of the tree. I'm going to bring this down a little. And you know, you don't have to do them exactly like I do. You can do them any kind of way you want to. They look kind of spooky right now. I told you that one looked like a witch's hat. They start off looking kind of like a witch's hat, but I fixed that. But then the tree itself, because it didn't have any leaves on it, and the way it's looking looks kind of spooky. But that's okay. We're gonna fix that. If you wanted to make your tree go up further, you could do that. I'm happy with mine doing like it's doing. So, and you can put as many branches on these trees that you want. You take them as high as you want. You can cross them over. Just go outside and watch nature and see how the trees do. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. Okay, that's got a hook to that tree, and we're just going to bring it in here like this. I think I'm going to make it I think I'm going to make this tree a little bit fuller here. So I may end up making it a little taller, and if that's the case, I'll just bring out some more. Yep, just a little more branches will work just fine. Okay. coming back to my Filbert brush, my number 12 Filbert brush. I've got white on my palette, and we're going to do putting some snow in here, since this is not dry, but this part is, so that's where we're going to start adding our snow. So I'm just going to come in and start tapping in a little bit of snow. And I'm just lightly tapping so that we will, if I tap too hard, I get more snow, but that's okay. We can put them up and out. We're getting into the bushes more. See, it's very pretty. Alright, so I'm gonna come on this side because I'm having to hold it with this hand. I'm just going to start tapping in, lightly in some places, and just bring in more snow-covered bushes. I'm right there at my sun. It's not going to hurt anything. My sun's a little darker, and if it doesn't blend in, I can always put a little more yellow in there, but I'm content with the way mine's doing. So I'm just getting some snow on our bushes. If you want it thicker, you can always let this dry, and then you can come back and put in another coat of bushes. Alright, and I'm going to come over here and do the same thing here. And of course I'm going to do my sides. I'm just going to bounce my side, because the sides are a little harder. You're working sideways. And then we're just going to fill this in a little bit right in here. It's a winter scene, I know, but it's just, I think they're pretty. I just think they're pretty. Okay, so we're going to come over here and start working on this side now. And again, we're just going to start filling in with some snow. And we're going to come over on our tree a little bit. We can go up a little bit if we want to make it look like it's more in the woods back there. That's fine. And I'm just covering up some of that tree, which is okay too. So let's go ahead and we'll tap some right here. I'm going to go ahead and tap some on the side so I don't have to keep coming back to that. We can just, I'll be done with that. And then we can just go from there. Alright, so we're just going to come in and tap a little snow on our bushes. And try not to do it hard, because when you do it hard you get a lot of snow, like right there. But if you want a lot of snow, I guess, but we can always come back in and bring more in to make it look, if we wanted to. Alright, I'm going to grab some of my my light magenta. I put it in a little container I got for Mother's Day, so I'm not going to take much. I'm just going to put a tiny little dab right there and right there, and I'm going to wipe my finger off, and I'm just going to smear that out, make it look like smoke, because we're going to come back in there and add some white to it. I don't even know if you can see that. I'm going to bring you down. Yeah, you can see it. Okay, so I'm going to try to work in this area so you can see, and I'll try to remember that I'm working in this area. I'm going to pick up just a little bit of white on my finger, and I'm going to come in, give that a tap and that a tap. You see it's not very much, and I'm just going to try to make that look like snow. I mean smoke. There we go. We want the smoke to come out of our little building. There we go. So now we got our smoke coming out. I'm going to use my liner brush at this point, and I'm going to pick up some white, and I'm going to try to be careful because this is still wet, but I'm going to come over my roof line and put some snow on my roof. If I needed to, I could let this dry. I'm just, like I said, I'm just trying to be very careful with it. Alright, so there is some snow, and I'm just going to put some snow on here, and then I'm going to come across my chimney on both of them. See, that made a big difference. So now I just picked up the snow, and I'm going to come here and I'm going to dot 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to come under this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then back here. Now I'm going to pick up some white, but I'm going to flatten my little brush out, and oh so lightly I'm going to come across here and try to make some little lines. And then I'm going to put me a door right here. And I know I'll have to come back over that door. But let's go ahead and pick up a little more paint and flatten it out. And we can put in our windows. Alright, so I'm going to pick up some more paint and flatten it out. And then I'm just going to draw some, very lightly, some little lines. It doesn't have to go all the way across. It just has to be my little logs. And then, of course, we'll pick up a little paint, flatten it out. When I say flatten it out, what I'm showing, let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm just doing it like that to make it my, let me get it, make my brush look flatter. Because this is a liner brush, it's round. But I want it to be flat at this point. So then I can just bring in my little windows here and my windows here. And the reason I'm going to come in with some yellow, but I've got to get that base down first so I know exactly where I'm going. Alright, so we're going to come over to this one. I'm going to roll this brush again because I'm just going to come at this roof line and come it. There we go. And then we're just going to fill in. And I don't know if this is dry all the way. Acting like it's not. Okay, so I've got that down. I'm going to wipe my brush off. And I've got it rounded, and I'm just going to pick up some snow, and I'm going to put some little dots here. These are my logs, or my log cabin, y'all. And then we'll put some logs back here. Then again, we're going to flatten it out. Just pat it down on the palette, and very gently come across with some lines. That's all we're doing. And you're doing it so lightly. Again, it's like painting a butterfly. If you had painted a butterfly, would you do it at hard? No, you'd go at it soft because butterflies are delicate. Alright, I flattened it. I'm going to put my door right here. And then I'll come back, pick up a little more paint. I'm going to put a window here. a window up here. Pick up some more paint. And I'm going to do these two windows. Okay. And that is our two little cabins that we're going to be having. Alright, I am going to make a mess. That's what I did. I made a mess all over my hands. I'm going to pick up the dark magenta with my Filbert brush, my number 12. And I'm going to come in here and start tapping in some leaves. And I'm going off my sides because I want it to go over there. And I'm just filling this in. You can do it ever how you want to do. I'm going to bring some of these down to make it look like, it's not a weeping willow, but I'm going to try to make it look like a weeping willow. Okay. No, just bringing it down so snow can get on it. That's all I'm trying to do. Alright, that tree, and you didn't see all of it, but you see what I was basically doing. I'm going to show you on this tree better. I'm in here and tapping. That's the problem when you zoom in and zoom out. You forget sometimes to zoom back out. Or I do. Maybe if you are do videos that you don't have that problem, but I have that problem. I'm just patting some down. We can go up as high as we want with our tree, or as low as we want with our tree. But I like that. Let me back it off a little bit, and there you can see the whole kit and caboodle. So that's got to dry. So I'm going to pick up my liner brush. I'm going to pick up a little bit of water, get that thing thin again, and I'm going to come, oh, let's see if I can get it, y'all. I'm going to come along in here and put me a fence. And that's all you're going to see. So we got an old fence coming right there. And I'm just going to bring in my boards across. I'll bring that up a little bit more. Bring this one. I think I might make one more right here. Bring it to the water's edge. And then we'll do another one across here. Oops, I just put myself in white. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. My sun is up here, my reflection is down here. But I want a bridge. So I'm going to pick up the black and I'm going to very carefully come across here and make a bridge. Let's see if I can, there we go, get you in just a little closer. There we go. And then we just come in the middle and we'll start pulling down some post. Well, you know, they might be family or friends or enemies, but they got to be able to get to each other. There we go. Let's see, now we'll bring this down just a little bit, because we're going to just add some snow to that in a little bit, and that'll make that finish. So at this point, everything's really got to dry. But I am going to show you. I'm going to come back with just, if I can get that little piece of black out of there. I am going to come in just some spots and put a little bit more snow. So it doesn't have, you know, some places y'all, there's some of you that know a lot more about snow than I do, but for me, I would think you have more, some spots has more than not, you know. We haven't had snow in so long, but usually when we get snow, it's something that will last a half a day and it's gone. So, but if we get a good snow, it might be a little bit for several days, especially behind buildings and barns and something like that. Get a little bit behind the tree, get a little bit stuck behind the tree or something, you know. So, yep, I'm happy with that. I think I have enough paint, enough snow on my picture now that I'm content with that. So, like I said, at this point, everything's just got to dry. I'm picking up my, oh no, I smeared it a little bit right there. So what I'm going to do, and I noticed I did that, I'm just going to come in with a little bit of pink and white and just kind of cover that up. See, there's, I might have to come in with another little coat, but that's okay. Let's bring in just a little bit of the pink. Let me let that dry and let me come back in with some more. Alright, so I'm picking up just white and I'm going to start tapping on my trees. And as you can see, I'm just bringing some down to make it look like there just snow's everywhere. I'm going to put big gobs of snow. I like to turn it in different directions so it doesn't look like the snow's in. So that's where I'm just kind of turning my paintbrush. So we got more snow on this side. Must have come from that way. Alright, so I'm going to come in here, try to come in very carefully. Put some more snow on my roof. I'm going to do the same thing with this one if I can. If not, I'll have to get my little paintbrush. Okay. If I wanted, I can bring in a little more snow here because I don't mind heavy snow days. I like snow. If that's too much, I can always bring in some more of the burgundy, the magenta. Switch brushes here. I'm going to pick up my small liner brush, and I'm going to grab in some of this white, and I'm going to come right along my tree just to give me some shadow here of snow. And I'm going to come in that little curve and put a little bit of snow so the snow is up in the tree. Also, I'm going to come back to this door on this cabin and fill it in and make it a little darker. Same way with this door, just make him a little darker. And I'm going to come back in. The snow's going to be on this side. I guess it's more of a shadow from the sun. Okay. I'm just going to pick up some yellow here because I don't want to keep having to watch my hand with what I'm doing. So I'm just picking up some yellow, and I'm going to flatten it, my brush, like I did the other one, and I'm going to come in here and just put some yellow paint down. It's filling in our windows. You can do it with whatever color you wanted to. I'm just using what I have on my palette. And that gives us, I'm going to bring it down a little bit more so you can see it a little closer. I'm flattening my brush, just laying it on that my palette and pulling it down. Here's our windows. Got my brush. I'm going to pick up just a white, and I'm going to bring in a good bit of paint. I don't know if you can tell that, but you'll see it as I'm doing it. I'm just going to bring in some and start tapping it on my bridge here. I don't want it to be smooth because I want it won't be smooth there because I got a bunch of it. I want the snow to be collected there. Alright, and then I'm going to just come in here in between these rails and put more snow. It's been a snowy day, and you know, around here in South Carolina, when it's a snowy day, everybody likes to stay home. Alright, so I'm wiping a big amount of the paint off, and I'm just going to come in here and lightly touch these rails on one side just to give a little shadow. There we go. And there is our bridge so that our neighbors can go and enjoy each other. Alright. I'm going to come over here and just slide this around a little bit. I'm going to start on my side over here, and you won't see this. So alright, so I'm going to come in here. I've got a good bit of paint on my paintbrush, and I'm just going to, if I can, makes it very uncomfortable right there. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm giving it a dot, and then I'm coming up, and then with the snow on my brush, I'm just putting snow down. Okay, so I'm putting snow on the side and snow on top. And I like having a good amount of snow. Did you hear that? A good amount of snow, a good amount of paint on my brush so that it looks good. It's not a little bit of paint there to have to deal with. It's gobbing up a little bit, but it's pretty. Makes it look like a lot of snow. Okay. And wash that brush. I'm going to pick up this other brush real quick. I'm just, this number 12, and I'm going to come under here, and I'm just going to tap just a little to blend my fence in with the snow. And there is our fence. So I'm going to pull back. I'll let you see. Alright, I dried that brush off. I'm going to pick up some more of that pink, and I'm just coming back in here because it's just not wanting to cover it up. There we go. Makes it pretty in the sky. I got a few places it looks like it needs a little something else, so that does not hurt. And we got it covered up, and we got some pretty colors going on there too. Alright, we're back to our, and I've got to be careful because we got wet snow that really is wet. I'm going to try to bring you in again, and we're coming to the cabins. I'm going to pick up my small liner brush, putting a little water on there, and just picking up. I'm going to put my hand down, and I'm going to come under here really lightly if I can and touch my shadow spots. Okay, our sun's over here, so I'm just, oops, I'm going to get a little bit of shadow here, and while I'm thinking about a little bit here, because I will forget to put just a little shadow on the cabin itself. I'm going to give this a tiny little doorknob on both sides. And then we're gonna, and I'm trying not to get my hand in your way, but I can't help it, y'all. Very lightly. Closing my windows. I'm just tooting my trim around my windows and then giving those little window panes. Same way with our door. Now I'm going to grab, I'm putting little lines, and I'm just letting that, putting a little Z on the door. It's a cabin. That's what it's supposed to have, something different. Okay. Come back up here to this window. And if you didn't want to put the little Z on your door, you don't have to. I just liked it. So that's cabin number 1. Now let's get to cabin number 2. Alright, so we're going to go so lightly. I'm going to close my windows in with the window panes and the trim. I'm going to come back and fix it because I don't like the bottom of it being, I don't know why I did that. I know I don't like that. I still did it. There we go. It's just a little thing to fix. See, we had a boo-boo up there that we didn't know anything about, and at the top up there, and we fixed it. Or I hope we did. Okay. There is our painting on. Let's see. Now we've got to, I want to fix that because I do not like that. And all I'm going to do is pick up my big brush, a little bit of white paint, and I'm just going to tap a little bit right there at the door. That took care of it. So it's the last step. And you know what I gotta do. I'm gonna come over here, get me some wet black paint that looks like ink, and I'm gonna come right in this corner, and I'm going to sign my name. And that is the painting. Alright, I told you I was going to show you the ornaments. And there it is with the little S hook. There's the cabin with the trees and the fence. The water with the little, there's a bridge. And I didn't put a bridge, I didn't put the shadow of the bridge in the painting because I've got the sunset right there, so I'm not really worried about it. And see all the pretty colors? And then there's your sun and you're on your water. And then that's what the bottom looks like. It's swirly. And of course there's the top of it. And it just hangs. And so that's why I took this concept for the painting. So I'm probably going to put the glitter on the painting. But I just wanted to take a moment, since I showed you the pink one. I also have a purple one on Esty, but I also have these emerald green or turquoise green, which I think is, I don't know which one I like the best. The purple, which I don't have with me right now. The green or the pink. And there's a tree under there. And then there's the bridge with the cabin. And of course there's the bottom for that one. So yeah, it's fun to make these, and so that's where I got basically the idea for the painting. I'm back with my painting, and I decided I want to Mod Podge it and put sparkles on it because I think it would just be over the top. So I have a number 10 flat brush here, and I'm just going to Mod Podge the top of my canvas. Didn't mean to get it on the side. I'm not worried about the sides. I'm just going to do the top. It might be pretty. Well, I'm going to see how it looks with the glitter. If I don't like it with the glitter, I can always paint another one. But I think I'm going to like it with the glitter. Trying not to get it all on my paper, because that's where I'm going to put my glitter at. And I know it's going to dry clear, but I want to get it where it's not so thick. Alright, I have fine diamond white type glitter. I'll just keep it in my container here. And then I can just sprinkle it all over. I really like it behind the trees, in the woods. I think it's really pretty like that. The moon. I mean, I like it all over, but that would be my favorite place to put them. Gotta hurry, somebody's coming home. I'm gonna get interrupted with my videotaping. That's okay. Putting some down here where the water goes, so my water will be all shiny. I like stuff shiny. That must be the girl in me. I didn't think I liked glitter, but I like it on some of my stuff. Okay. I'm going to let that sit and dry right there. and I'll be back with it once it dries. This is not something I'm going to blow dry, y'all. Okay, so I'm just going to dump this. Put it back into my little container here. And there is the painting. Gonna call it the Northern Lights. So this concludes our painting. I hope you pick up a paintbrush and enjoy painting as much as I do. Now take care, and thanks for watching. God bless.